Creators face a brutal choice: either make art or make a product to survive a market driven entirely by supply and demand. The modern entertainment industry looks at viewers through a very specific lens. You aren't a person with unique, complex tastes. You are part of a demographic, a mass audience that can be quantified and sold to. Let's look at this whiteboard breakdown of the industry's mindset. On the right, we have seyirciler, the mass audience. When you try to reach them, your work automatically turns into an ürün, a product, engineered specifically to satisfy these demographic segments. The moment you try to satisfy an average demographic, the created impulse dies. You are no longer exploring a vision, you are simply answering a market demand. And there is a massive infrastructure designed to keep creators locked into this product mindset. Take social media. When you put a piece of art on a feed, it's sitting right next to highly optimized, dopamine-driven posts. To compete in that environment, creators naturally start softening their work, chasing likes, and censoring their own ideas to appease the algorithm. The traditional routes enforce the same rules. The chart connects Instagram, festivals, and digital platforms. They act as gatekeepers, demanding institutional approval or commercial returns, making the work temporary, gechichi. Relying on these channels files your art down. It becomes safe and quickly forgotten. To survive inside the traditional system, artists inevitably internalize its rules. They become human algorithms, predicting market wants at the expense of their own creative voice. But there is a completely different way to operate. True creation never asks for permission, and it is absolutely never built for a target demographic. This brings us to the left side of our chart, bireyler, or individuals. Art should be made for real people, individuals with highly specific tastes who connect deeply with the work. Finding them requires abandoning the algorithmic feeding frenzy to build a custom-built, permanent digital ecosystem. Redirecting your focus away from a faceless mass and towards single, distinct individuals is what makes artistic independence a practical reality. The whiteboard lays out a digital pipeline: Patreon, YouTube, website, and blog. YouTube acts as an intent-driven search engine. The website and blog form an intellectual foundation for diving deep into the process. Finally, Patreon provides direct financial support, completely isolated from gatekeepers. In traditional distribution, a creator often receives only a tiny fraction of a cent per stream, but by removing the middleman, the value of a single supporter increases exponentially. When the artist keeps the majority of the revenue, you no longer need millions of passive viewers to survive. Just 1,000 true individuals supporting you directly provides the budget to keep creating forever. With this self-contained infrastructure, a creator transforms from a dependent applicant waiting for a platform's approval into a completely self-sustaining enterprise. Once this permanent ecosystem is up and running, the entire dynamic shifts. The artist survives on their own. The traditional industry is no longer a necessity. This allows for what the chart labels işbirliği, or collaboration. Because the creator is financially independent, they can now approach mainstream platforms and festivals as an equal looking to do business, rather than a subordinate begging for validation. The mainstream platform becomes a giant net. The work plays on a massive streamer to extract true individuals scattered within that mass. If 1,000 people see a film, maybe 10 are highly specific individuals. Those 10 are pulled permanently into the independent ecosystem. Mainstream platforms cease to be the ultimate goal. They are repurposed as temporary lead generation tools to feed a permanent, independent foundation. Maintaining your artistic integrity doesn't require isolating yourself from the world. It requires building your own table to sit at. By securing your survival first, when you interface with the mainstream industry, you negotiate from a position of strength. You never compromise the vision.